Number of things. Usually we talk about what's going on. We talked about the characters. We've talked about some of the storyline going on, some of the ancillary products a few years ago. This year, we wanted to try something a little different. For the past, I can't tell time anymore. Someone told me it was a year now. We've been working on the VO component for StarCraft, right? We got our scripts together. We got the story together. We have cast the game, and we've been diligently recording all of the really wonderful actors that we found to portray these characters. So what we figured we'd do today is actually bring the cast of StarCraft 2 out to BlizzCon so that you guys can get to see who they are and vibe out, you know, with really hearing what they brought to the role. We'll have a Q&A towards the end of the panel, so you guys can, you know, ask whatever, right? One caveat being, you know, not all of the actors know the lore as well as you do, and you probably know it better than I do. But I will try to, you know, play goalie on all the, you know, tougher lore questions. But you know, take it easy on them, right? They're not necessarily experts. I think I'm frothing. Did you see that spit come out? That was bitchin' in HD. So, guys, as we get started, we're gonna bring all the actors out, and the first character we want to bring out, you guys will recognize, old school, been with us from the start, the one honest man in the universe, the hard-hitting, hard-living Jim Raynor. We got a clip for you. Let's play the clip. Audio helps. You know what, folks backstage? Let's play that again, because it rocks. There's our boy. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce you to old school Jim Raynor and hell of a guy, Mr. Robert Clotworthy. What's up, baby? Booyah. For our next character we want to introduce, oh boy, I hope I have this right. Oh, indeed. This is a wild one. The gentleman that played this character, what's it been, 12 years ago, is actually no longer with us. We did have to find another actor that we felt had the same amount of soul, the same gravitas, the same power, right? So in introducing this next character, you should know who this is. Let's roll the second clip, please. Everybody's favorite alien assassin, Zeratul. Playing Zeratul, guys, give a warm welcome to Fred Tatasciore. Yeah. What's up, baby? Guys, for the third character we're gonna bring out, it was one of my personal favorites, a new StarCraft character that we made up a little bit after we began the story process for the game, but this character has quickly just taken over and just rocks. He's so funny, and the sound of his voice just lights us up. You'll recognize this character from the intro of the game. Can we roll clip number 3, please?
Don't you get up with me, boy. I heard all about you becoming a big-time freedom fighter while I was away. What happened, Jimmy? The war for truth and justice get too much for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Tychus Finley, Mr. Neil Kaplan. Hello, BlizzCon. Right on, baby. For the fourth person we're introducing, This person is not actually playing a character. This lady has become one of my favorite people on earth. She is one of the best voice directors in Hollywood that we've had the great privilege of working with and learning from. She's directed all sorts of animation for Warner Brothers, you know, the Batman animated series, Superman, Justice League, Green Lantern, First Flight, Death of Superman, all the big Warner Brothers stuff. She's done, what, little tiny shows like SpongeBob SquarePants, Avatar, you know, she just absolutely rocks. Ladies and gentlemen, our voice director, Andrea Romano. Rolling right along, guys. The next character we're going to bring out, again, is a new character who we've woven into some of our other existing lore. Not too much is known of this guy yet, but oh, he's just a fun character to write. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of him. Let's roll clip number, I guess it's number 4, guys. So guys, as Gabriel Tosh, Mr. Dave Fennoy. who you really have to understand looks so much cooler than Gabriel Tosh. So guys, for the next character we're bringing out, this is another old school character. You know, the insane tyrant you kind of love to hate. Let's roll clip number 5, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, as returning as Arcturus Mansk, Mr. James Harper. Good, sir. And greetings, fellow Terrans.
Is this where I sit?
This is where you sit, sir. I said, boy.
Thank you. Okay.
So guys, for our last character, you might notice that someone is conspicuously missing from the panel. Let's roll the clip. You know who this is. Who is she? Kerrigan, indeed. Guys, there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor on the internet about who our new Kerrigan was going to be. We got pretty stoked. We hooked up with an actress that is just absolutely amazing, has taken this role and just owned it and brought out nuances I could only hope for. And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with her. You may recognize her from, I don't know, a little show on Sci-Fi Network called Battlestar Galactica. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tricia Helfer. Ms. Helfer, hello, thank you. Guys, actually, that was all I had planned, so, what do you want to talk about?
That's it.
Guys, we've never done a panel quite like this before. I think I said it up front. But we were going to do just an informal discussion, and I'll attempt to moderate. I tend to talk a lot, as you know, so I'll try and knock that off. And then we'll just talk to the actors, and when we're done with that, we'll go to Q&A. I think did I mention that before? The senility is setting in, so all good. So I guess we'll just start at the top. I can't see anybody. Mr. Clotworthy.
Yes, Mr. Metzen.
Wax philosophical, if you would, good sir. What's it been like to come back and play Jim Raynor?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I am thrilled to see so many people here. I mean, as a
Absolutely.
you know, as a voiceover person, we usually stay in the background, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of this experience, to have so many fans here. I want to thank you all for your support, and I am absolutely thrilled to be back. And I'm telling you, this game rocks. Chris Metzen is a friggin' god.
Oh, thank you. Guys, you know, it's funny, by way of anecdote, you know, Raynor was one of those characters. It's hard to remember, what was it, 12 years ago? I can't tell time. I don't know when we started writing the original StarCraft, but we thought the idea of, you know, these you know, epic alien civilizations crashing, you know, for supremacy, that in the midst of all that, you've got pretty much this one honest man, right? This kind of uncompromising dude, kind of caught in the midst of all that, and the idea or the theme that, you know, one man can make a difference, you know, in the midst of all these titans at war. And there was just something about Robert's voice, right? When he came in, you know, that first, you know, many years ago, and started talking as this man. Sometimes as a writer, you never quite know how the character's going to sound or feel. And Robert just owned it. And again, we are just so glad to have him back. You know, Andrea, actually, I'll ask you a question, because you know, you may serve as a goalie, interestingly enough, during the discussion. What do you hear? Like, as Robert, you know, gets going, and you had a chance to kind of meet Raynor and direct him, you know, over the course of this campaign, what has been your impression? What do you think sings about, you know, his take on the role?
What's so interesting about voice directing in general is you can never anticipate what voice is going to come out of an actor. You can look at what an actor looks like and assume that's going to be what their voice sounds like. And then they completely surprise you because they've got this enormous arsenal of 1,000 different voices inside them. And I had worked with Rob many, many times over the years on everything from Batman and Justice League and Superman and many different series. And some of the more cartoony ones, if you will, the Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain types of series. And when Chris contacted me forever ago, through my dear friend Russell Brower, who I have to thank publicly for bringing me into this Blizzard family, and told me that we were going to be working on this project, and I was listening to Rob's voice, and I said, no, you mean Rob Clotworthy? And I heard his voice, no, Rob Clotworthy. And then I hear this wonderful voice come out of Rob, which I had never ever heard before. It's one of the joys of directing voice actors, is to hear these things that surprise you after years and years of knowing an actor, to hear something new and different I had never heard before. And so as we work together, and we've worked now, what, 6-8 months on this together? Yeah. And the voice even evolved during that time. As we work through some of the scenes and we discover some more levels to this character, we'd hear this depth and this range of emotion that would come out in the voice, and it's been just an absolute joy to discover this actor that I've known for so long, to do these different things.
For sure.
Did I answer your question, in fact?
Handily.
Okay.
I was going to say that Raynor is a very
expectations.
unique character in that he is the reluctant hero. You know, for those of you who've studied mythology, and he's something that a lot of us can identify with. A lot of us wish we were him, but he's a great role model as well. And I also understood that there's a great responsibility in performing this role, because it does mean so much to so many people. And again, and also I want to tell Andrea, you may have 6 Emmys, but I've got
7.
Oh.
Just keeping it real.
Still, you may have 7 Emmys, but I have a noob.
Yes. Yes, he does.
It's a doll. I have a doll, a Raynor doll.
It's pretty good.
Here's an action figure.
You know, Fred, you know, I guess we'll just kind of move down the line. Guys, you may not know, Fred, you know, we had met Fred, and you know, we were in need of a new Zeratul. Unfortunately, the gentleman that performed the role back in the day was a man named Jack Rischel, and Jack was Zeratul and actually General Duke. Just a really cool guy, and he passed away a number of years ago. So as we were looking at, you know, Zeratul these days and wanting to find someone to, you know, really round out that character, you know, we found Fred, and I mean, just the man of 1,000 voices. And it's funny, there's another character in StarCraft 2, we didn't put it up here, but Fred also does Rory Swan, you know, who's Raynor's mechanic, you know, the guy down in the engine room, you know, who's also just a terrific character. I hope